Hey guys, I have another Benchmade product to review today. However, a little bit of a change. This is not a knife. This is one of Benchmade's pens. You see here, it's in the blue class. It's in a blue class box, and it is marked for the pen, Benchmade pen series. And of course, by the tag on the end, this is the model 1150-1. And let's take a look at it. Here's the pen itself. Very nice. You may have noticed this in my recent EDC update video where I showed you my current EDC stuff. EDC standing for everyday carry. Basically the tools I carry on my person throughout the day, my work day and in private life. And I've been carrying this pen for a while, and I've grown quite fond of it. Of course, with the pen you're going to get a little bit of a reading on it, as well as on the reverse side they talk about the different classes of Benchmade, which is interesting. And of course, again, the Life Sharp service if you're, if you own their knives. But again, this is the model 1150 pen. They have a bunch of different pens now in their current production line, so you can get one that suits your needs best. But I happen to like this one quite a bit. So let's take a look at it. So here's the pen. Let me give you a measurement first. I have a ruler here. Lay that nice and flat. The pen closed here with the cap is just over 4.5 inches long, and when I unscrew the cap and put just the pen on there, you see it's still about 4.5 inches long. Now if I screw the cap on the back here, which is cool, they have some threading on the back, so of course you don't want to lose your cap when you're using it. Screw that on, and guess what? Still right at around 4.5 inches, which is pretty cool. So it's about 4.5 inches long. Of course, this is minute differences within 1/4 of an inch, but I'm not going to get that precise. It's about 4.5 inches no matter how you have it. So that's pretty cool. Now you might have noticed that this here is blue. Again, being the model 1150-1, this has a blue insert or blue ink cartridge. So they have the blue anodized aluminum for the bottom here. Now if you get the black version, which is the 1150-2, you're going to have a black tip on this pen. However, both pens will take, actually I believe all the pens from Benchmade currently take the Fisher Space Pens brand inserts, okay, or ink cartridges, which I'll show you now. This just unscrews, and here's the actual ink cartridge, again from Fisher, made for Benchmade. Now again, this is the blue insert. However, you can use any color you want. It's just the 1150-1 will come with this blue tip, as opposed to the other version, 1150-2, which will have a black one. Okay, so keep that in mind for overall looks, how you want the knife, or excuse me, I'm so used to saying knife because it's from Benchmade. Excuse me, I meant pen, of course. So if you like the overall look being all black, get the 1150-2. You can always put a blue insert in there if you do prefer blue ink in your pen. Now here, let me show you. This is a Fisher Space Pen. Of course, uses the same Fisher ink cartridge. This is the bullet model. This is a pen I've carried for a long time. I've shown this on and off in my EDC videos. And of course, this does also have the Fisher insert or cartridge. And as you can see, it's identical. So this one has black ink, and I'll show you real quick that will fit no problem. So whatever color you prefer, you can get direct from Fisher. So just wanted to show you that you do have different options. Just keep in mind the overall look of the model 1150-1 will have that blue tip. Okay, but you can use black or blue, or whatever else you could find from Fisher. Now these ink cartridges themselves are pressurized ink. Of course, a lot of advantages with this. You can find more information from Fisher's website, but they will write upside down, underwater. I mean, ridiculous temperatures, extremely hot, extreme cold. I talked about more of this in my bullet review that I did on this pen. But just amazing, very high quality inserts. Just a fantastic pen all around. What I like about the Benchmade, as opposed to the bullet, even though I did like this pen for quite a while, I do prefer the overall look and feel of the Benchmade version here. So ultimately I carry this a lot more, and will continue to carry a lot more. What's pretty cool is that if you can see here, this tip I just put back on here, this blue tip has the threading all across here, and half that threading is for the actually attaching to the body here, as you can see, and the other half is for the actual cap to screw back on. But what's cool is that because they share both ways, you can screw this down into the body as much or as little as you want. What I mean by that is that if I unscrew this to just the very end, where this is barely on, even though it's extremely sturdy, I mean I can pull this real hard, it's not going to go anywhere. That means the cap, to put the cap on, let's see, I'll count this for you. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full rotations. Okay, so that cap is really, really on tight. As opposed to, let's unscrew that. If I tighten this down, 1, 2, 3 turns, then that means it'll only take, well, that's only 1 turn to put that cap on. Okay, so it's a little bit faster to put the cap on than if I were to actually screw this or take more of the tip out of the body. So I like that. You can kind of adjust that so that basically you can control how many rotations it's going to get that cap on nice and tight. So I kind of like that. I don't know, it's kind of a small detail, but something I wanted to mention. Of course, this pen is tapered down towards the tip, so you can use that as an improvised Kubotan or impact weapon. Of course, in a self-defense situation, any pen really can be used as an improvised weapon. However, the case is specifically designed in a fashion where you could have a little bit more strength, rather than taking just a regular pen and using the tip of it where it might break off. Okay, in this case, you can use the back here. It gives you a place for your thumb. It's flat, and it's just a little bit easier for that purpose. But of course, like I said, any pen can serve that purpose. There is a pocket clip, as you can see on here. Very nice pocket clip. As you can see by the design, it's kind of ribbed, so it's a little bit hard to get in and out of the pocket. Not a big deal. I found that I got used to it after about 2 days. But when I first put it in the pocket, it felt almost like there's a little more resistance than needed taking it out of the pocket. But that's also a good thing. You're not going to lose your pen, so it doesn't really bother me. And it is kind of a wired pocket clip, as you can see there. If I kind of turn it, it's hard to see the black on black, but actually, I got a little piece of paper here. Slip that through, you can see that better. There we go. So you see wire pocket clip. Now, I was when I first saw this initially, I was worried that because it is a wire style clip like this, it might be easier to bend or flex out of shape. But so far, it has not been the case. It's been very strong. Of course, that will have to see if it lasts the test of time. But this pen is extremely, extremely light. The weight on this is 0.5 ounces. It's half of an ounce. There's no way you're going to even remember you have this in your pocket if you forget. You barely notice it's there, really. This pen is made completely in the United States of America. I know that's a big issue for some of the USA citizens. I know you like buying within the U.S. I've always said it before, and I'll continue saying it. If it's a good product, I don't really care where it comes from. But being a U.S. citizen, it is nice to to keep the economy going by buying a USA-made product. So that's always a plus in that sense. The retail price on this pen is $100 even. However, you can find this online anywhere from, I've seen a couple sites that had it for $40 and between about $40 and $60. Generally, they're going to be about $50, half of the retail. So it is not a cheap pen by any means, but again, using the top-of-the-line Fisher ink cartridges, they write fantastic. It is a high-quality pen, and it will last, the test of time. The pen itself is a CNC machined T6 aluminum. Of course, that's an aerospace-grade aluminum, very hard. You can really, abuse this pen. It's not going to break on you very easily. And of course, this is all black version. They do make a variety of pens, but I do prefer this one. I believe they make this another version of this pen which is completely smooth. It's not ribbed, as you can see here. That design is not cut into it. It's very smooth. I think a little bit more preferred in a professional environment. If you were to wear a pen, like for example, in a suit, or maybe a fancy restaurant or something, it might be more professional looking to have just a nice smooth pen. This is more of a kind of a quote-unquote tactical look. I like it because it facilitates a lot more grip. But even if you get the smooth-bodied one, the very tip is also milled, or again CNC machined, so that you do have those ridges in there to facilitate grip. So let me take that piece of paper back out here and see how this writes a little bit. I am writing on felt, so it might be a little bit funny, but let's check it out. There you go. Benchmade 1150-1 pen. Nice smooth writing, no drag, no smeared ink or anything. You can see there it dries up real fast. I always, like I said, I've always liked the Fisher inserts. It's just very cool that Benchmade actually offers a very classy, cool case that you can put them in. Of course, again, you can order any ink cartridge you want from Fisher. It will fit this pen, so it's pretty cool. I like the pen quite a bit. I will continue to use it and love it. It's a fantastic bargain. Again, not for everyone. I mean, about 50 bucks or so is a little bit steep for some people with the pens. I mean, if you're not into it, or don't have a desire to have a pen of this quality. Of course, you can buy big pens for a big pack of them for $1 or whatever, but it's just not the same. It is very high quality, and you do get that. You get your money's worth in the pen. So there it is, the model 1150-01 from Benchmade. Very cool pen. I like it quite a bit, and I recommend it to anyone who wants a high quality pen. So there you go. I thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.